Good evening again, and a warm welcome to another edition of the CDC Hour. The CDC Hour is a 60-minute package of activities within the Congress for Democratic Change and other issues that affect the body politics of our country. Today is Monday, July 14, 2025, and I'm your host, Ishaka Sharif. Uh, I will be right back in a jiffy after a bit of our theme song. Thank you so much, and a warm welcome back if you're there in Radio Land. You can tune into Kings FM 88.5. If you're on the live feed, you can turn into Kings FM and Cloud TV on the Facebook page of the institution. Today is Monday, and we are discussing a very important topic here. We will continue with the issue of reconciliation in the CDC, and also we'll be talking about the upcoming protest on start beginning the 15th of July to the 17th, and also we will be talking a little bit about the president's recent trip to the United States, where he has, returned. What did he return with? What did he come back with? What are the benefits for Liberia? What were discussed? What are some of the issues confronting the country? And so we'll be talking all of that. So if you are if you're on the live feed, you can begin to share the video. Share the video to your friends, who will in turn share it to the other friends, and share it to your friend and friend and friend and friend and friend. And then at the end of the day, a lot of people will be watching the show out there. So we are at a crossroads. Okay, Liberia has reached a stage where the country is poised for a lot of downturns. Okay, the government is not leading the country very well. There are a lot of other issues confronting the country economically, socially, politically, in terms of security, in terms of social services. Nothing is moving, and so the country is locked, very very much locked down. There are not too many things that are happening. Government officials are very arrogant, and a lot of other issues going on in the country, national security as well. And so you can begin to share the video so that your colleagues can watch. People on Facebook can begin to watch the show. Um, we have been talking about reconciliation in the CDC in the last few weeks, and we will continue just that, because it is imperative upon us to always talk about reconciliation in the CDC. Okay, sometimes we become very forceful, we become very vociferous, because we want you to get the message. Okay, the CDC is a political institution, second to none, and this is an institution we hold so dearly, we respect so dearly. This is an institution that has evolved over the years. This is an institution that has made us what we are. This is a political party, not just a political party, but an organization of oneness, The CDC is like a family. Once you are a member of the CDC, you have that semblance, that sense of belonging. You have that sense of oneness. You have that sense of togetherness. Okay, because the CDC itself was founded on the principle of massocracy. I mean, taking care of people. It was founded on the vision of solving problems. It was founded on a philosophy of going down to the little man. And so the CDC, which has evolved over the last 20, 21 years, cannot uh, back down on its philosophy, on its commitment, on its dedication to the Liberian people. And so once you see us here, it is part of our responsibility that we give to the CDC, we give to this party what we ought to give to it, because I because we owe it to this party to do a lot of things. And so once you are there as a member of this party, once you offer your membership, once you go to the headquarters and say, look, I want to be a seditian, it becomes a contract between you and the Congress for Democratic Change. And we are not people who fake, okay? We do not fake. Seditions do not fake. We fight with our bare hands. We fight when even when we don't have weapons to fight. We are strong people. We are resilient people. We are congenial people. Very good people. We love each other. This is what this party stands for. And so, on that basis, uh, we have come here today again to begin to ask all seditions in Radio Land, all seditions in and around Monrovia, all seditions across the 15 political subdivisions of the country. We have come to ask you to see reason, okay, to begin to reconcile with each other. Okay, we may have wronged each other for different reasons. People may have, abandoned or left the party. People may have voted against the party for different reasons. But uh, looking at the direction of the country, looking at how this country is going, okay, it is just imperative as seditions, as one people being members of one organization, it is just incumbent upon us to come back together so that we can unite and rally around one purpose. And that purpose is to seek a CDC return to the executive mansion in 2030, January 22nd. The election will be in October 2029. If there will be any runoff, will be in November. And so by January, the president would have been inaugurated into office, the new president, which we strongly believe will be George Ware, because of his enormous contributions to the livelihood of the Liberian people, because of his experience, because of what he has done, even when he was president of this country. George Weah has done enormous goodwill for this country, both in and out of the presidency of this country. And so we are of the strongest conviction that him coming back to the presidency, he would have learned more. Uh, even on, I mean, at the presidential level and outside the presidency, sitting down for another 6 years and waiting for another term in office. When George Weah is re-elected president, okay, he will be a very good president because he had already served for 6 years. uh, evident of the current Ghanaian president, John Mahama. He was president of Ghana for the first time. He was defeated, and then he has returned to the presidency of Ghana. He has returned to Jubilee House. Uh, President Donald Trump, okay, was there from 2016 to 2020. Okay, he was defeated by Joe Biden. He has come back to the presidency of the country. And so George Weah, the former president, is of no exception. So, uh, seditions, this is the time. This is your time. This is your moment. Let us seize it. Let's seize this moment to make sure we bring our party back to power. It's for the good of the country. These people are not doing anything meaningful. They are a group of gangsters wrecking the country apart. Okay, they cannot do anything. Okay, they are a group of criminals who have come and settled in state bureaucracy, and they are just annihilating all facets of our national agenda. So this is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons, seditions, that you should see to call your brother. Look, say, my brother. Hey, you are my brother. Okay, you are my brother. You are my sister. Okay, we belong to one organization. We because organizational belonging is like a fraternity. Okay, we belong to one organization. We belong to the CDC. You are my brother. How are you? How have you been keeping? Okay, how's the family? uh, we are sedition, so let us come together. Let us put the better past behind us. uh, were we perfect when we were in leadership of the country? No, we were not perfect. Okay, because what, we are a human organization. So tell your friends, tell your brother that, look, uh semblance of imperfection will always be a nature of the human race, and so we are of no exception. And so we may have some we may have some how do we call it, minuses, I mean challenges, but these things are behind us. The current group of people that are in power are even doing worse. Okay, so we have to come back together. This is a political institution that was founded on the basis of helping the ordinary people. And so the people believe in us, the people depend on us. Okay, tell your brother like that, tell your sister in the CDC like that. This is the time for us to take to reflect, a sober reflection of our moments, first in opposition for 12 years and in government for 6 years. We have come back into opposition. And so, what can we do? What meaningful can we offer? Okay, even to each other, okay, to the community before our country. Okay, so let us think about that. Let us think about that as citizens. And once you do that, a sense of ownership of your political party will begin to intrinsically develop in you as a partisan of the CDC. And this is where we have to hold the bull by the horns. Okay. You see me here, there have been a lot of trials and tribulations down the line. Okay. I'm not alone. There are a lot of seditious who might have gone through similar experiences, but this is what we are. This is the kind of people we are. We don't fake. We don't fake to be what we are not, because we are genuine people. Seditious are genuine people. We are honest people. We are people with so much caliber that can do much. That can do much. Okay? And so this is the time for us to come together. You are in the communities. Okay? If you are in West Point, you're in Negro Town, whether you're in Caldwell, whether you're in Johnsonville, whether you are in Red Light, whether you're in 72nd, whether you're in Gardnersville, Vital, Central Monrovia, Sonny Wen, and the rest of the places. You are seditions. You can never hide. We are some of the most educated people in the country. I can boast of that any day. I personally may not, I personally might not be that much educated, but we have some of the most educated people within the Congress for Democratic Change. I, I can challenge I can challenge members of the ruling party any day. We can defeat them anyhow. We can defeat them anywhere. We can defeat them in any topic. Okay, so there's a new wave of debate that have been organized between members of the ruling party and the CD and the members of the CDC. They are just flow shows because we are dealing with them. We are beating them. The latest one was today between an amateur intellectual, Josh Lobo, and former assistant minister Jefferson Chesson. Chesson beat him to the ground. Okay, this is what we are because we are very intellectual. We know the issue, we understand the issue, we are abreast of the issues, and so we do not brag about that. So, uh, citizens, be proud of your political institution. Okay, because this is what you belong to. You don't belong to the Unity Party. Uh, 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 they used some of you. They used some of you. You voted for them on account that they were going to do you a lot of good. They were going to give you a lot of, different things. They were going to, that they were going to send you for higher education. They were going to give you jobs. They were going to do a lot of things, give you businesses. But today, now that they have won, they are in the hierarchy, they are in the leadership of the country. They cannot fulfill their promises. In fact, they they have cursed you. uh they take you to be nothing. They trash you. Okay, they put you in the trash can because they've already used you. They used you as a dump truck and they've dumped you. Okay, the dump truck that builds the mansion cannot pass in front of the mansion once the mansion is fully up operational. And so that's the kind of behavior they carry out against you. They 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 asked you, oh, support us, leave the CDC. We would do this, we would do that, and you were made to believe that they were genuine in the promises, that they were genuine in their utterances towards you, and you followed them. You followed them. Later on, you were played. You were played very badly, and today they don't have respect for you. They do not have any regards for you. They've used our people. They've dumped them. They've gone for their own people. They've taken our people out of jobs. Over 7,000 of our people, seditions, have been taken out of jobs, and they have employed the partisans. Today, as I speak to you, the Ministry of Transport is going through tumultuous time. People are there, they cannot speak freely, they cannot express their opinions very freely. Jobs have been taken from them and given to Lebanese. The Lebanese who are shipping the the, the country's monies back to Lebanon, supporting Hezbollah, a terrorist organization that's involved in a lot of terroristic activities around the world. Jobs taken from Liberians and given to them. So you gotta think twice. Unity Party people can never vote for you seditions. No, they cannot do that. They cannot do. They hate you. They do not want to see the grounds you walk on. Why would you love them? No, you don't. You can't love them. You can't vote for them because they cannot vote for you. They don't. They do not want to see you live. They do not want to see you surviving. Okay. No, they do not want to see that. And so you have to think twice. It is. This is not anything that we are interested in preaching against people. No, no. Which government would just come and just take 7,000 people out of job? What kind of sincere government? What kind of no? The people don't have compassion. To them, you are not human being, and we are calling upon you. We are calling upon you. Whether you are a member of the over 350 EPS people that were dismissed from the beginning of the government, whether you are part of the 720 people dismissed from the Ministry of State, whether you were part of the 220 people initially dismissed from the Ministry of Transport, whether you were uh, dismissed from the DEA, whether you are dismissed from Ministry of Agriculture, whether you are dismissed from all facets of the government, this is the time. You have the moment. Join the protest. Join the protest of July 17. Join the protest of July 17 to send a strong signal to the government that you are human beings. You deserve better. You deserve better. We cannot be in our own country and living like slaves. No, we cannot. And at the end of the day, people come and tell us that, oh, the government is doing well, the government is doing this, the government is doing that, when it is false, when it is misleading. The government doesn't even know what they're doing. They do not even know what they are doing. Seditions, you have to stand up. You have to stand up. If you're listening to this program, you are listening to the CDC Hour and Kings FM 88.5, and you are watching live on Kings FM Facebook Live on Facebook. You can begin to share the show. Is this Otto G. Johnson, Honorable Thomas and Sabo, Vinicius Bar, Mohammed Sisse, Mamata Son, all of you. Thanks for watching. You can begin now to share the video so that your friends can come out and watch the show. So this is what we have placed ourselves in. So seditions, you will have to get united. You will have to get united around one purpose: the CDC George Weah President 2029. Uh, the president of Liberia left the country to meet the president of the United States. And Liberia was part of a member of 5 countries invited, namely Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, uh, and the Republic of Liberia, Niger, Mauritania, Senegal. Yes, those are the countries, 5 African countries invited to meet President Donald Trump. When you listen to the president of Niger, okay, the guy said his country has a lot of resources untapped, and so he was seeking the intervention of U.S. investment to add value to those resources in order to give a lot of his young people jobs. The Senegalese president spoke very much passionately about his country, about the future of his country, about investment, about mutual benefit between Senegal and the United States. When it reached to our president, President Joseph Numa Boakai, President Boakai spoke, though he was praised by President Trump for speaking good English, but I don't think President Trump himself was quite aware of the subjects and verbs President Boakai was using, because some of them were not even agreeing with each other. For example, he said we has resources. How would you say we have? It should have been we have. So President Boakai said, in fact, he was calling on the intervention of the U.S. government to do a survey of our untapped mineral resources. When the president had already reported to the legislature in 2025 that China had done a comprehensive review, a comprehensive report about Liberia's resources, natural resources. Okay, so how will you go, Mr. President, and again tell the Americans to come and 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 survey to know what resources you have. So the president traveled to the United States ill prepared. The president was never prepared traveling to the US to meet the president of America. The entire team of the president was not up to the task, because the minister of mines and energy, who traveled with the president, should have given the president, a clue, should have given the president a report, should have given the president a support as to where Liberia stands in terms of both tapped and untapped resources of the country. Okay, the president did not even wrap the US president. Look, when that kind of platform, when that kind of platform is giving you as president of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Numa Boakai, you wrap the president of the United States to put him in the frame of mind that, look, your country is ready for business. Your country is ready for business. Okay? I call, for example, say, Mr. President, we are calling for intervention of U.S. investors to take the opportunity to travel to our country to invest. We need American companies to invest, to tap our untapped minerals, our untapped resources. We want jobs for our people. Okay? We want our natural resources. We want value to be added to our natural resources. Mr. President, we have rubber, we have gold, we have diamonds. We want an investment in which at least 30% of our gold will be stored in the Central Bank of Liberia to back up our Liberian dollars. Mr. President, we have rubber. We want for the U.S. government we want for U.S. investors to travel to the country and invest in our rubber sector, so that we can add value to our rubber, so that we can make rubber dishes in Liberia, so that we can make rubber spoons, we can make tires. We can make tires in Liberia, so that other countries in the region can buy tires, from us, so that even the United States can buy tires from Liberia. This is the kind of mutual investment we want, Mr. President. But oh, President Trump said, "Why did you learn to speak so beautifully?" He said, "Yes, sir." Did you school in Liberia? Yes, sir. You reduce Liberia's standing, Mr. President. Liberia's president reduced the country's standing. There was no reason to continually refer to President Trump as sir, sir, sir. No, you are on the global stage. You are in the Oval Office of the White House. Say, Mr. President. You heard the Senegalese presidents continue to say, Monsieur President, Mr. President. Yes, Mr. President. Yes, Mr. President. We need this, Mr. President. We need that, Mr. President. In terms of security, we want to partner with you, Mr. President. We want to partner with the United States in order to solve the issue of global security, regional security in the West African region. It's local, the West African region and part of the Sahel. We are in crisis. We are in crisis. The Sahel crisis in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, the Upper Guinea forest. Mr. President, terrorism is on the rise. We need America's cooperation in order to make sure to solve this issue of security. Boko Haram, Islamic State, they are spreading fast in the region, Mr. President. We need the United States of America's support. When you go sit there, with your head bowed down, Donald Trump say, Buaka, you say, yes, sir. Why did you learn to speak so beautifully? He say, yes, sir. Not even understanding yourself, Mr. President. This is not called for. It was I think it was a missed opportunity. It was a missed opportunity. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Liberia needed better representation. Yes, Liberia needed better representation than that. But this is what we find ourselves in. This is what we find ourselves in. We took the presidency of our country, the highest seat of our land, and gave it to a man who, though President Trump says, is so articulate, but in terms of ideas, there are a lot of things lacking. There are a lot of things lacking. You had Mr. Kofi Woos, Attorney Kofi Woos traveling with the president. You had Wilmer Pay, Minister of Mines and Energy, traveling with the president. You had Daniel Zenkan, okay, traveling with the president. You had a lot of high-profile government officials traveling with the president. They could not even coach him. They could not coach him. At the end of the day, Liberia was disgraced in the Oval Office. President Trump praising President Buaka's English. In fact, English is the official language of the country. The official language of Liberia is English. We do business in English in Liberia. Our government's, the government's number one language to do business is English. Oh, yes. It is embedded in our constitution. So why would President Trump come and be praising Liberia's president as though we don't speak English? No. I think we need a better representation than that. We reduce the country. We reduce the country's standing. We can do better next time, Mr. President. I know this is not the last travel because in 1 year, 8 months, you've done over 15, 16 travels already without bringing anything back. What are the benefits of this trip? My Liberian people, my Wata, my Musu. Let me ask you, what did the president bring back? What the president brought back? And we are being made to understand that before the president could go, right, he signed some kind of paper. They say it is worth $1.8 billion. $1.8 billion. $1.8 billion. Uh, it's not too much money though, but it's a significant amount of money in uh, 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 at Liberia's level in terms of investment portfolio is a staggering amount of money. But the president signed a $1.8 billion deal before going to the US. But what we are understanding is that that deal signed with Ivan Hall should have been $5 billion because that deal came. We started hearing that deal during the George Weah time, where they wanted to use the rail with ArcelorMittal. The government should give them multi-user permit to use the rail. The government said no, we cannot do it. You have to discuss with ArcelorMittal before you come back to us, and whatever you discuss with ArcelorMittal, then we can implement. In fact, that was the reason why Samuel Tuer was sanctioned, the former Minister of Finance. I can say that for sure. Tuer was not sanctioned because he stole any money. Tuer was not sanctioned because of corruption. No. Tuer was sanctioned because the government of Liberia, through the negotiation under him, refused to grant HPX a multi-user permit with ArcelorMittal for the rail. That is that. That's why Tuer was sanctioned. So if you hear people say, oh, Samuel Tuer is corrupt, he was sanctioned, this and that, it was the reason for which Tuer was sanctioned. The deal was $5 billion. They wanted to use the ArcelorMittal the rail there with ArcelorMittal to transport Guinean oil from Guinea to the port of Buchanan and transport it to the rest of the world. The government said, no, we can only give you a multi-user permit if you discuss with ArcelorMittal that has 100% a permit to use the road. If you agree with it with them, you can come back to us and then we can do business with you. At the end of the day, they said no. The government should give it. The government said no, we can't give it a year. And so D12 was sanctioned. So that was the reason D12 was sanctioned. So this deal, the president was put under the impression, right? The $1.8 billion deal. Let me tell you today, the government was put under the impression that it was HPX that arranged the meeting of President Bouaka with Donald Trump. So the precondition, so according to them, the precondition for President Bouaka to have met Trump would only have been to sign the HPX $1.8 billion deal. Mr. President, if you don't sign it, you will not meet President Trump because we are the one who discuss, we the one arrange the meeting here. So the precondition to meeting President Trump is for you to sign this $1.8 billion thing. You understand? So they put the president under that impression. So the president signed it on Sunday in the morning. Sunday morning, soon in the morning, the president signed a $1.8 billion deal that he did not even read, did not even peruse. So if there was anything for him to sell the country, by this time, Liberia would have been sold early one Sunday morning before the president left for the United States. So this is the kind of president we have. This is the kind of government we have. Oh, yes. This is the kind of government we have. Wow, 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 wow. The president signed $1.8 billion deal without doing any due diligence. Then he says you're going to send it to the legislature for ratification. Yes, which is good. But look, uh, the damage is done. The president was deceived. Uh, it was not HPS guys, because when they went to the United States now, they started looking for them. Where are the HPS people? Uh, this meeting, we got to go to this meeting, that other meeting, this other meeting, that other meeting. At the end of the day, there was nothing. They were nowhere to be found. The president had already signed the deal. In fact, when the president signed the deal, it was the U.S. ambassador that announced the deal. The government was afraid to announce the deal to the Liberian people. The government was afraid to announce the signing of the deal to the Liberian people. So it was the US embassy that came up to announce it. Okay? And so that was that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in Radio Land, you're listening to the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5. If you're there, you can begin to place your calls in now on 0772 239933, 0772 239933, 086 30 44 97, 086 30 44 97, or the Loon female line on 077780375. You can begin now to place your calls in, and we are here to take them for you. 0772 239933. Do we have a caller there? Hello? Yeah, hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Chief?
I'm doing good.
Yes, this is Emmanuel Smith of District 6. Hello?
Yes, Emmanuel Smith. Yes, Emmanuel Smith.
Yeah, what's up, Chief?
I'm hearing
you.
Yeah,
Ishaka, I think you spoke well, and let me commend you. But Ishaka, I think the opportunity and time you had to be correcting Joe Walker, you should be teaching George how to speak standard English.
Cut that man off.
You support a man who better speak good English.
This is a CDC show. You can't come here with that nonsense. You did it last time. Hello? We have another call. Hello? Yeah, my Benu, how are you doing?
No. I'm calling for that. I was when I'm asking. We are praying. I'm talking. I'm sitting in a prayer. My anytime I pray for our party. I pray for our country. We must right come back in the party. Fire for fire will come in with it, because it will not do nothing for us. How can president will come for you and go to all the different president? He tell the president come and solve our mineral. Why me? We not just solve it. We don't have nobody to solve it in our country. We're going to be American people to solve it. They all they stealing from us. Then they can't clear our whole country. They breaking our great grandchildren and all. They not get nothing from all. They said they must struggle the other way we struggle. The country higher. We not get 50 apple to the
Thank you.
200 for per year.
Okay, thank you so much.
200 for per.
Thank you so much. Let's take another call. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. I'm Maurice calling from Asmon Street.
Yes, let's hear you, Morris.
Okay. The guy who for more from president we are in more of the president who that's why for more from president. That's only thing I gotta say.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take another call there. Hello?
Good evening, Ishaka.
Yeah, good evening. Let's hear you.
This is Gertrude J.D. Williams. I'm calling from Jacksonville.
Gertrude, let's hear you.
Joseph Baga did not present Liberia well to America. This is why we are facing what we're facing today. That's why he received certificate. The countries that were able to present their case, they got millions of dollars. Today, somebody want to talk about, he spoke good English now. Donald Trump was very, very sarcastic to him, because you telling the person to come to do assessment instead of you carrying your flight to the person, you tell the person to come and do assessment. About it, then chicken and say, when you learn English, when you learn good English. Yeah? Because that we are visited to other countries today. The Emirates Hospital is in Bakolu. The Redemption Hospital is under construction.
almost to completion. So the tangibles are there. And every other thing he's doing, Mr. Baga is doing is the completion of President Weah, like I said. So you have to know that anything he's doing, you have to acknowledge President Weah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Gertrude. Let's take another call there. Hello, do we have a call?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello, let's hear you. The background is too noisy. Do we have a call from diaspora? Okay, hello?
How you doing, big brother? How's everything?
Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Frederick. Sometimes my name is Frederick. Sometimes don't get credence to these tiny guys to be calling the show, to be criticizing the world leader. Somebody who is like part of the world. A guy will just call the show and criticize us. We are letting the president to go to the community and telling him that he can speak English and the president calling the president, yes sir, the other day. I don't know, they don't understand the people mandate or president meeting president how you respond and talk to your people leaders. There's a little bit more on somebody who's more farther than the one you ever want. You don't get credit to these kind of guys, to be honest.
Okay, thank you so much.
That's what I'm going to do.
Thank you so much. I think we have a call in from the diaspora. Okay. We have another call. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Ishaka, this is Edmond Carr. I don't understand. The party people there, they can come to listen to our show, then they want to condemn our people that we are discussing. If they me Edmond Carr, since we left power, I have not even listened to LBC one day. The day I'm looking for straight, so I can't call LBC, I can be flying to listen there. So just stay away from our show. What we're telling you is that we're not discussing Waka English and Jovial English. Where are you guys there? You couldn't, you know English. We agree. But when you met war leader, there was no disgrace that came from that. The one that happened to your president, Boaka. Okay? Even how much he was praised for speaking good English, yeah. But what happened? The question that was asked was a yes sir question. You were asked simple question. Where did you get your education from? Is the answer yes sir?
Yes,
sir. The question we asked them today. Liberia, yes sir. It's a yes sir question. Oh, they have said he spoke good English and you got clean, but yet you don't understand good English. There was a missed-up opportunity. Baka blunder, big time, and we will live because it's not. And one thing they can forget to realize is that in some of the party, that Liberia been dragged in the mud. The guy are mocking our calling us slaves. So we got slave mentality.
Thank you so much.
Talking about
Thank you. It was a missed opportunity. Let's go for another call. Hello. Okay, so you can keep placing your calls on 0772 239933 086 30 44 97 0777 9803 75, which is the female number. We have a caller. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm calling from
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Oh, wow, you got fainted. Hello, are you there? Hello? So, hello?
Hello, Instagram.
Yeah, please reduce the volume of your radio.
I really don't know the education they have, they can be breaking about. Here is a president that went to represent a country who does not know the kind of resources this country has, and inviting the U.S. government to come do feasibility studies of the whole country resources. The big guy, Trump said he spoke good English. Speaking good English and understanding good English, they are two different things. He can't comprehend good English. They're asking simple questions, and he's saying that yes, sir, with a bullfrog voice. Is that good English that had been spoken by him?
Okay, thank you. Let's take this call from the diaspora. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, it's Yaka. I'm Mohammed Sombai, and I call you from the Gambia.
Oh, Mr. Sombai from the Gambia. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you know, it's Yaka, this unity for the Zing or these people. If it was President Weah was coming to go America and make that particular error with yes, sir, and we discuss that one month.
So somebody, let me ask you a
So we
question.
do,
Mr. Somebody, let me ask you a question, right? Suppose Mr.
yes.
Buakai, suppose Mr. Buakai had started his conversation with Trump that, oh look, Mr. President, Liberia is a country that was founded 1822 by the United States of America to transport free slaves from here there. So black American that were freed from slavery during the end of the slave trade are those that established Liberia today. I mean, what do you think? Would have been Trump's response and his feelings towards Liberia?
But let me tell you one thing. President Trump there, he know that Liberia is an English speaking country. He know this. It's not to say that he don't know. He know. But the person who he's dealing with, he knew that this man, whenever he asks him this type of question, he know the response that will come from there because he feel that Donald Trump the one getting the presidency. So he feel that Donald Trump is his how do you call it, employer. So you see, because you are president, Donald Trump is the president. Also, although he's the president of America, but when he asking you any question, it should be Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President.
Donald Trump,
yes, Mr. Not yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
Mr. President.
yes, Mr. President. Donald Trump know that Liberia is an English-speaking country, except Senegal and other countries who they cannot speak English. That the only time he can, when you will be surprised when you see the president speaking English.
Okay.
President from Senegal, when you see the Senegalese president speaking English, then he can be surprised of that one. But you cannot be surprised of how do you call it, country that they speak English day and night. Then you said, and you know that you have people there in America with you, they from Liberia, they speak English. Then you asking the Liberian president if where did he to speak English? That is great,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's take another caller from Liberia. Hello.
Yeah.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Ishaka Sherry, this is Peter McFarlane from Broad Street, Central Monrovia, District 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to make my input this evening. Thank you for the show and the station also too. But my concern to the president there, I think it was not necessary or he going up there because if you want something with people or you want to solve problem or have something for them to do for you, I think you're supposed to come over. Because you can have a problem in your country, people you have been keeping in your country for a very long time, then because of one or two misunderstandings between you and that state, then you're looking for a place to send them. Why you can't send them to their country directly? Because you have no respect for Africans and you don't believe that we can solve our own problems. You don't believe.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. So I think President Buakai should have sold Liberia better. He should have sold Liberia better, no, Mr. President. We want investment. We have a lot of potential. We have a lot of mineral resources. We have gold. Instead of saying, come have survey, say, oh, the president, we have gold, we have diamond, we have rubber, we have timber, we have bauxite, we have all of these things, but we want some value addition to our resources so that we can be able to provide a lot of job opportunities for our young people. Like what the guy from Senegal said, so he saw himself very cheaply, he saw the country very cheaply, and so that's how President Trump decided to respond to him. So Do we have a call? Okay. So we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do as a country. The government is proceeding very wrongly. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's take the opportunity. Let's seize the moment. July 17. Don't forget that date. July 17 is on Thursday. But first, it's going to start on the 15th. The process is going to start on the 15th, 15, 16, and 17. 3 days of incessant protest. Okay, to draw the government's attention to the issue of police brutality, the issue of insecurity, the issue of economic hardship, the issue of corruption, massive corruption in the government. More than 25 to 30 entities of government all have been reported very corrupt. People have been suspended. People have been just been suspended without prosecution. People have resigned on allegations of corruption, but the government has done nothing to prosecute any of those people. And so today is Monday, the 14th of July 2025. The CDC Hour. Today's Monday, and then we have come to the end of today's edition of the show. The next time you see us here will be on Wednesday, on which I have come here firing on very critical, important issues that affect the CDC and Liberia and large. Until then, I'm your host, Ishiaka Sheriff. I'll see you. Bye bye. You better move on the road. I say you're better.